Well, good morning. I'm out moving cows here on a Sunday morning. It's not something I typically want to do, which kind of brings me to today's topic. I try to really take a rest on Sundays as much as possible. I believe that's the way God designed us, is to kind of ebb and flow in life. You know, kind of the way the tide does. We're to, work 6 days a week, take off 1 day a week to rest. I think our bodies are kind of designed that way, that we need that rest. Genesis even says that God rested. If anybody doesn't need rest, it was certainly God. But for some reason, He gave us that example. And the way I've observed myself and my life and my mental ability, capacity, that sort of thing, I find that I'm way more effective, way more efficient, that sort of thing, if I'm resting appropriately each week and taking that break. Unfortunately, what I find myself in today is I'm having to let these guys into some additional grass. These guys have just about eat everything that's in here, which is really great. They're even eating the Bermuda grass, which for some reason steers tend not to prefer, but they've eat this thing down really well. So they need access to some additional grass to keep them gaining weight and on target. And so I'm down here having to move them this morning. Now what I did is I set it up yesterday so that I can just come down and open a gate, an electric fence gate, and let them in to another small paddock that we have up here. You might wonder, well, why didn't you just move them yesterday? I'm glad you asked. Actually, it's not that complicated. The paddock I'm about to put them in, they can only be in there for a day. So if I'd moved them last evening, I would have ended up having to move them anyways, and it just happens to be the next paddock that they have to go into. So it's kind of like the Bible says, if your donkey's in a ditch, get them out. In this case, they need access to more grass to keep themselves growing. So I really feel like I have to be doing this morning. So just kind of keep my rest going, though. I've made it easy as I can on myself. And there's 926. He's always friendly. Hey, 926. Morning, sir. You got anything to say to the nice people? Got a little grass there on your forehead. So anyways, that's what we're doing this morning, is just letting these guys into a little bit more grass. And they'll spend a day there, and then Monday we'll be moving them up into what we call the pond pasture, which has the big pond in it. It's up there, and they'll get access to more grass. So that's what we're doing this morning. Hope that helps. Take some rest. You'll be better for it. You'll be more efficient at work and doing the things that you do. Okay. And life will just be a lot better when you follow the example and design that God created us to follow. There we go. I just opened this little electric fence gate here. We put up a temporary fence that runs from the road up there to here. And these guys are getting in there and grazing it.